Madam Speaker, Territorians also tell me they want a government that they can trust to truly represent them, no matter where they live, who they are, or how much power they hold. A territory where people feel seen, heard and respected. They want laws made carefully, based on evidence and shaped by genuine consultation. Territorians understand that governments must act, but they also know that strong democracy depends on scrutiny, on transparency and respect for process. Good decisions are made better when communities are part of the team. They want a Northern Territory where integrity comes first, where there are no jobs for mates and no decisions made behind closed doors. They want to know that the decisions and laws made in this chamber are always putting their interests first. They want public money spent wisely and fairly to reduce inequality, not entrench it. As we've talked about in this chamber, almost 80% of our revenue comes from the Commonwealth, and that funding reflects the reality that our communities face higher costs and deeper structural challenges. Territorians want that money used where it was intended, strengthening communities, improving services and building opportunity for the future. They want a budget that they can trust, a people's budget that reflects the reality of life in the Territory and invests in housing, in health, in education, in community-led services, that actually measures success by whether people's lives are improving, not by GDP figures that can grow while people fall farther behind. Madam Speaker, if the economy is growing but people are worse off, then we're measuring the wrong things. Above all, Territorians want leadership that works with them, leadership that listens, leadership that explains its decisions, leadership that understands its role is to look after everyone, especially those who are doing it tough. Madam Speaker, people tell me all the time that they want long-term well-being over short-term politics. They care deeply about this place, as I'm sure everyone in this chamber does, this incredible place that we are lucky enough to live in, and they want decisions about water, about land and development to be guided by evidence, to be guided by respect for the First Peoples here, and an understanding that some damage cannot be undone. They want to trust that development will be guided by evidence, by genuine consultation, by respect for Aboriginal land rights and by an honest accounting of what those long-term consequences are. And they want to see the courage to say no when they want to see the courage to say no. Saying no when the public interest demands it is not a weakness, it is leadership. Territorians want real progress on closing the gap, progress built on partnership, on trust and self-determination. Madam Speaker, justice for Aboriginal Territorians is not a side issue, it is central to a just future for all of us in the Northern Territory. And Territorians want protection from harm, from family violence, from predatory gambling and alcohol companies, and they want governments willing to put public health ahead of powerful interests. They want harm minimisation policies that recognise the real costs borne by families and communities, not the lobbying power of industries that profit from that harm.